Hello, everybody. This is Kevin Quigley, and welcome to Tarot Off the Cuff. Today's reader is Kim Cooley-Hall. She's a longtime tarot reader with a really positive disposition. She runs the Abundant Life Tarot YouTube channel, which we'll link to below. She teaches a lot of courses, and recently she's moved her entire family to the Dominican Republic from Northern California, where she shares her tropical patio with two new friends, a lizard and a gecko.
Hi, I am Kim, and we are doing a tarot off the cuff. And I want to thank Kevin Quigley for inviting me to be a part of this fun endeavor that we call Tarot Off the Cuff. So let's get right to it. I am a tarot reader. I read professionally, and I recently have made the decision to live abroad, exploring the world around me, and I moved from the United States to the Dominican Republic. That's where I'm at now. So yeah, let's see what comes up, right, on this crazy adventure. Now, Light Seer's Tarot. This is the tarot deck that I use a lot. It's the one that I use for client readings because I just really connect with this deck. So thought I'd use this deck for this little tarot off the cuff. I also use jumpers, so we'll see what card jumps up that we can go into depth. Oh, okay. We got, let me make sure, we have the High Priestess. Okay, and so the High Priestess, whether we, whatever we identify ourselves as, if we are on the journey of being tarot readers, then we know that receiving this card is about tapping into like highly potent intuitive energies by getting one, coming to one and going within and recognizing our power and our insight comes from within. Okay, it comes from within, and tapping into the mysteries of that which we call tarot reading, or that which we call that mysticism that helps us to download the information, is not something that we all, that we find only in books, or that we find when we're taking a tarot study course, or we are, even talking with other tarot readers. No. When we are really called for the answers, it's something that is tied to wisdom over years of experience, over centuries of experience, if we believe that we've been moving along this journey, spiritually for eons. There is something that's so beautiful about recognizing the power of saying, you know what, my intuitive prowess is going to guide me. I don't have the answers, but what I do have is a gut feeling. And what I do know is that I'm here to be of service. Sometimes I approach readings too much from the head space and not from here, or here in the spiritual realm. Like, I hear the client's question and I see the card and I say, okay, I know that this card, King of Pentacles, means X, Y, and Z, right? But it is something else that sometimes is being called that needs to be utilized, and it has nothing to do with book knowledge. It has nothing to do with the knowledge we gained, here or there. It has everything to do with what does your gut say about something. How can my spirit be of service? When I start to draw a blank in a reading and I'm like, I don't know what the cards are really telling me here. Like, I'm not quite sure where to go with this. And I'm like getting too caught up in my head of the card meanings or what I think it should be. I say, pause. Ask myself, and ask Spirit to say, Spirit, reveal to me, in this next moment, what it is that is the spiritual wisdom behind this, or how can I be of service and convey whatever message you wish to give, what you wish to spread to the querent, you wish to give to the querent. And I'm able to navigate through a reading that otherwise would have been a problematic reading if I stayed stumped. We are highly intuitive beings, and we have the power and the magic within to answer the questions that we are asked. The querent in the client was put before us because they were intuitively linked to come to us as a specific reader for a purpose. So our gifts are why they come. And sometimes we as readers, no matter how seasoned we are or no matter how new we are, get caught up in our head about, okay, the question was, is my lover going to come back? And then you get all these mismatch of cards, and you look at the cards and you're like, I'm totally stumped. I'm not quite sure how the Two of Cups ties in with, the Five of Pentacles ties in with the Two of Wands. I'm just not getting it. And so that is those moments where you say, Spirit, I turn to you for the answer. I am a conduit for the information. Reveal it to me. And then if it still doesn't kind of percolate to the surface, the next thing I call to is, Spirit, I want to be of service to this client. What is the message here that you wish for me to intuitively feel and to share with this person? And the very next thought, the very next feeling, the very next, tickle down my spine or the goosebumps, and then all of a sudden, whatever that pops into my mind, I'm like, aha, that's the way through this reading. That's the way through the forest. And it really is just like that for me. I know each reader is different, and there's a lot to be said about knowing card meanings, because it is what will also help guide you. There's also a lot to be said about classroom and courses that you can take for tarot, and there's a lot to be said about community. All of that informs us as individuals, but with that comes the magic of intuition. With that comes the magic of blending all of that together, but being ultimately guided by the spirit work that we're doing here, that we're doing for our clients. And so the High Priestess, she's a teacher, but she's a teacher of herself. She's an informant to herself. She doesn't even have to have really the cards or any other magical tools, because all she has to do is close her eyes to see within for the answers. And so I just love this. I love that this card comes up, because it reminds us of really the magic that we are doing, right? We are receiving a question from someone, whether it's a paying client or not. They come to us for guidance. And they love that you happen to love tarot cards, I'm sure, and that you have pretty cards to show. But it's more than just that. And it is more than just the card meanings. And don't worry, I am a big proponent of studying up on the card meanings. It's super important. You will never hear me recommend not understanding and knowing the traditional meanings, if you will, based on, Smith-Waite meanings. I will always be a big proponent of that. But I'm also a proponent of learning how to just sit for just a few moments, just a few seconds. And if you're like, oh, I don't want to come off as not knowing, please release that. Just let your clients know even beforehand. Sometimes I have to take a few pauses And don't worry, client, I won't charge you for that. Like if, it's like I always give my clients 5 extra minutes or so, knowing that I have to allow some room and space for the, I have to allow some room and space for the intuition. I have to allow some room and space to kind of sit just for a few seconds, a few moments even, to see what is coming up intuitively. That is just as important as what's being revealed in the pictures and the cards and what we know of the meanings. So just some tips. A lot of people want to know, well, do you intuitively read, or do you listen to your intuition? Yes, you do. It is super important, but you have to almost give yourself permission, and until you get used to this process, you give yourself permission to tap into the intuitive flow that is your divine birthright, that's right there inside of you. And then once you start to do that on a regular, it becomes more and more natural as you flex that intuitive muscle. But you have to practice in doing that while you're doing tarot readings. Because we could talk about it all day in the classroom. We could read it all day about it in the books. But it really clicks. And you really start to understand how it flows in a reading when you're doing it. So get out there and continue to tap into that intuitive flow, like the High Priestess is doing right here. All right, you all, I want to thank you all so much for joining us on another Tarot Off the Cuff video. Please share the video. And also, we want to hear from you in the comments below. So please drop a comment, because we want to hear from you on thoughts, ideas, comments to this video. I can't wait to hear from you. All right, take good care. Happy card slinging.
Hi, thanks for watching. This is Kevin Quigley with Tarot Off the Cuff. If you can take a second, click the subscribe button down below. That'll let you know when a new video is posted and you might want to jump over and watch it. If you hit the thumbs up for the videos that you really like, that will help spread the word so new people will find Tarot Off the Cuff in their feed, and that helps the channel grow. That would be great. And if you got a question or a comment, positive or negative, whether you agree or disagree, or if you want to add information or your own take on a particular card or a particular topic, put a comment down below. We would love to hear from you. Thanks so much.